Go live. There we go. Woo!
Woo to the who?
We are back, guys.
And we are family. So I thought you were going to start singing. I was going to say, we are back. But you didn't.
Well, it's been a weird kind of day. And today it's gonna be weirder because we're gonna predict the future.
Yes. Well, although you could argue the past, because these designers and artists have probably finished making it. You'd hope, Stuart, they'd have finished making episode 4 as they released episode 4. You'd hope so. But, the past for them, and the future for us, and we'll see how... I know last week we predicted even more plot devices than there were, but that's because we had to make it all make sense, and their rationale was a bit more literal than we thought. Although I think we have the answer to, will pre-title sequences mean anything in the grand scheme? No. Probably not. And that's okay. But I don't think... Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Concurrent viewers, 40. We got 40 people here and 35 likes. Come on, we can get 50 likes.
Okay, I'll click like. Jeez, God, you're so... There we go.
I don't know why I said 50. I meant 40, but we could get 50 likes. We got to get to 50 likes because that's what we normally go for first. Is for 50 likes.
I mean, we hope people are enjoying Lower Decks. I think especially after this week, Stuart, we've enjoyed Lower Decks even more.
Absolutely. I really enjoyed this last episode and looking forward to more, obviously.
But I mean, in general, our appreciation for Lower Decks is raised this week.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
All right, let's see the audio levels on my phone. Okay. Nope. Why is YouTube doing 2 ads now? I know it's ads for us, but why are we doing... Why is it always 2 ads? It keeps being 2 ads.
Don't know.
Also, you do actually have to talk for me to be able to monitor.
No. Oh, what? I have to do who? What now?
You have to talk, yeah.
I have to talk. Okay, I'm talking. Hi, talking. Hello, welcome back. Trek Yards. You guys are all Trek Yards. Squadron Core says, does it sound echoey to anyone else? Well, that's because we're omnipotent. Much like the Q.
No, both those are muted, so no, that's...
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, it is in my ear, but that's because I've got a separate version of it on my phone, so... We're not omnipotent, Stuart. At least Stuart in the past. Yeah. It's a bit of big ol'... Yeah, it feels like I'm on my deadline week for a fan film, so it's a busy week, but... I think the end of these will be more quiet, except with still Discovery. It'll be quieter, and yet still the same level of busy. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Well, we've done a few things this week which we need to pat ourselves on the back for, and anyway, it's been a busy week for us. Interesting week for sure. Stuart is quite, says Olivia. She means quiet.
Up a little bit.
And my audio's gone lower, says Raj. Dun dun dun.
It was on purpose.
Welcome back, everybody. 58 people here, 49 likes now. Now it's easy to get to 50 likes, guys. One more like. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Get the first 50 in right away in the first.
And you know what, Stuart? Because we've got 51 already, I will just start sharing straight away. I'll have no faff. Apart from the faff we just faffed. So I'll see you in a minute.
Faffity faff faff. Yes. Welcome back, guys. We already have 2 super chats, which is fantastic. We'll get to those when Sammy gets back. But as you guys know, super chatting is a great way to support the channel, as is doing any of the things down in the description below, clicking the links, heading over to Eagle Moss, using the discount code. That does support the channel. So please go ahead and do that. Also, check out the Teespring store, pick up some Trek Yards merchandise. Head on over to Patreon/Trek Yards. become a Patreon member. We'd really appreciate that as well. Or just joining the channel. Down beside the subscribe button, there's a little join button. If you hit that, you can support the channel kind of on a monthly basis and get your name highlighted, get your comments read out a little bit more. We can see that you're a supporter and how long you've been a supporter. And it also just really helps us out at the end of the month. So we really appreciate all that kind of stuff if you can do so. You can also contribute via PayPal. The information is down in the link below. If you do send a PayPal, though, make sure you let us know in the regular chat or let the moderators know so that we can actually read your email on the air and read your comment or question that way as well. That is another way to help us out and to get your comment or concern, criticism, question, theory, whatever you want out there for everybody in the Trek Yards community to see and hear. So, yeah. I mean, super chats are a great way to get it seen because anybody in the chat can see it. But if you send a PayPal, we will read it out still and get your voice out there on a particular topic or idea you might have. So the captain does seem awfully quiet, says Shield Captain Gladius Starmax. The audio is good. The audio is gone. The audio was never weird for me. Well, there you go. All right, we got 4 super chats, which is great. Samuel is back. So let's get into those. Olivia Julia is $5. I predict Foley is going to be mad about the holodeck waste department. I'm just not going to give a shit anymore at that point. I'm just not going to say anything about it. I've already made my thoughts known on that.
I mean, maybe that crew is more disgusting than other people. Maybe.
Could be. Old Taku DD, $5. Thanks, you guys, for not chasing hate views like some other people. We've never done that, never will. I'm sure it's kind of hurt our channel in some ways, but we want to maintain our integrity and our positive vibe and outlook. I mean, we're not always super positive. We do point out what we don't like or disagree with, or it was very much so. Yeah. But
if you don't give out praise and if you don't give out hate for the sake of it, then when you do, it means more. I can't remember what show it is. There's a show where one character never swears, but the few times he does, you're like, ooh. Point, isn't it?
Yeah. Dan Lecky, £5. Hi, Gary's dad. God knows you reacted when your son encountered the galactic barrier.
What?
Okay, yeah, people were saying hi, Gary's dad earlier in the chat. So, and Jeff Jacobs, $2, 50 in 5 minutes. That is my fave. Let's get 110. Hashtag make Jeff pay. 70 people here with 61 likes. Not sure we're going to get to 100, considering we are 7 minutes and 36 seconds in. So we need to get to 100 in under 10 minutes. Can it be done? I don't know. Guys, help us out. Hit that like button.
For some reason, my microphone has stopped registering properly. Sound any different to you or the same to you?
Nope. Sounds good. Hold on. Let me check something here.
Unplug the microphone. That's weird. Because I just didn't change the thing. It went down like 10 decibels. Let me unplug it. Oh. Then I went high again. So I got high as soon as. OBS, man, it's the best and yet not the best. Swap microphone. But in unplugging it has now put me as this, I think. Okay, that should be better. Dan the man, perhaps. because I changed that back to... Gosh, what is... It's fine for days and weeks. Then it dies. Okay, so I wanted that, so then put that back to that, but then say something? No, you've gone from that again. Why would that do that? Move that up, did you say something? Well, I guess since you can just not turn off the stream, I'll just restart my computer again. Okay. Okay, don't touch the thing, Stuart. Back in a minute, I guess. Ah, it's doing something. Right, streaming again. So, you tell me if that works, Stuart. Mr. Man that has his page open, so my whole PC is reset. But you gotta say stuff, Stuart, to know if you can hear yourself.
I know. Hold on.
Okie dokie. I'm Aussie. Okie dokie.
Just restarted.
I mean, there's 2 bars here. No idea how loud we're gonna be.
Okay.
It's just stupid.
I don't know. Can you guys hear me now?
But someone had a great comment that you get what you pay for with OBS. It's like, yep, it is free. So
yeah, absolutely.
You gotta say stuff, Stuart.
Oh, there we can hear us now.
Okay,
that's good.
But that's pretty great though. That it can keep the stream going.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's for all the annoyances. That is a good feature.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm just going to mute that now so that I don't have to hear us, because I hear us all the time. Anyway, there we go. Maybe you should just restart your computer before I be live.
Maybe.
To reset the settings. Anyway, yes, we're back, and we're going to be talking about the predictions for the next episode, which, having watched it again, there's not much to predict. Although, the name of the episode is Moist Vessel, so I think it's the one where we see them swimming in the ship with the coral and all that stuff in the ship, which I think relates to the maybe jellyfish thing we see. So that's my speculation. They're just not showing us for the preview.
It's a weird old name.
Considering a lot of people are offended by the word moist.
And vessel especially. Jesus.
Yeah.
Why you laugh, Stuart? Why you laugh at me? What do I do to make you laugh?
Everything.
This is true. It's true. But there's a few little bits and there's a few bit nuggets here. I'm glad you noticed the alien creature or ship, because that was a big thing I noticed in this, like, 5 minutes before we started. Oh my god, it's a thing! And then someone, what was it they said? Why do you always call a thing you don't understand a thing? Is that Star Trek or is that Orville? Or is that Galaxy Quest?
That's Star Trek. That's McCoy. Why is everything we don't understand always
TMP.
called a thing?
Post beard. Post beard. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, hi guys. Welcome. 82 likes, more than people watching, great. So yeah, so we've had 3 episodes. We know that Mike McMahon, who believes the main guy's name, Mike McMahon, trying to learn his name here, he said that the first 4, 5, 6 are like, welcome to the ship, welcome to the crew, get to know ya.
Yeah.
And then he's also, the last 3 get really actiony. I'm assuming that sort of the first of the 3 is the setup, and then 2 are the, ooh, epic. But I watched an interview recently, and he said that part of why, especially the first episode, feels so fast is because they're trying to cram in 44 minutes of story in 26 minutes. So, I mean, you either tell less story and make them less interesting and full and less Trek, or you try and cram a bit more in. It's a hard balance to find, but having that end, it sounds like, oh, a 2-parter, but it's just a 40-minute episode, you know? I guess 50, but it's like, I wonder how it's going to be, but in their format. And this one was certainly the least informative next time on, but it's certainly got me more interested than last week's next time on, even if it gave you less information.
Yeah, they're being really, really selective with what they give us for the next week on, and I think a lot of it's going to be speculation on our part, just based on the episode title. Although last week that screwed us up. It was Temporal Edict, and we on IMDb they had made the mistake having the picture with her with all the stuff on the wall connecting the dots, so it really threw us off. So
I never thought time travel, but it was definitely an odd title. Like you've kind of burned the time travel name on non-time travel, unless you consider going forward linearly time travel, which it is but shut up. But yeah, last week, I mean, it's interesting to see obviously the first episode we had, this season on is what it is. The second one, it was clear. Klingon colony, boom. Okay, great. Last one, he did give it away, but it really only showed the first 6 or so minutes. This one, I think, is doing everything it can to not show the main storyline, because that's a really important storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually prefer the trailers that don't give away main things. I think there was Mission Impossible or something of that ilk action film trailer, and it had no talking, no verbiage of any kind, just pictures. But it was kind of like it told a sort of a vague story, but it was just more like, oh wow, these beats are what you want to see. And so all you were excited for it to come out. You had no idea what was going on, but you're excited. And then you get trailers that give away a good half of the plot. You're like, I've seen the film. And there are trailers that literally give away the plot. And you're like, well, I literally have seen the film. And I watched those modern day trailers, Reedy Rather Khan modern day. I watched that one, and it's just like they gave away almost every best bit in the trailer. I'm like, what a shitty trailer. Like, a trailer is to trail the movie. If you go, I know it's a modern day version, but you're not trailing anything. You're showing everything. It's different. You gotta, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give a little taste, but not the whole story.
And definitely, I call it creative lying. But if you can make us go down one, it's like it's like the Discovery trailer for season 3. It's implied those guys are fighting, but as in Burnham. But if you actually break it down, all the scenes are different places, and you can tell who's on whose side, and it's very, very cleverly edited. But as soon as you're us, you're like, nope.
As soon as you're us, no one else will have that privilege. Olivia Julius throws in $10. Thank you very much, Olivia.
Yeah, excellent.
My prediction is they'll find a game and be forced to sing. Sing it with me. Ala Moraine, count to 4. Ala Moraine, then 3 more. Ala Moraine, if you can see Ala Moraine, then come with me. I hate you so much, Olivia.
And one of those lovely benefits of not being the guy that reads out super chats. I don't have to say whatever you tell me to say. I mean, if you tell me to say it, I will. But he has to read it.
And now they're going to say, have Samuel say, have Samuel say.
Well, that's another 10. I mean, or just don't do it. I'd rather not have the $10, to be honest. Wow, what a challenge. So we start off with the welcome to, and this was the same thing as last week. We saw still the ship at the end of the episode, which is not what you expect. And this one, you don't think anything of it, but actually there's something behind the titles. Clever girl. I think Jaws, clever girl. No, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
So I did a digital enhanced zoom program thing, so it can be a nice high resolution, and I picked the frame that shows the most. So here's what it looks like. Now, originally I thought it could be Klingon-y, because they've not been shy of doing Klingons. And there's a picture later on that implies stuff is working together to do whatever it. I mean, there is bio, but also technological. I mean, it could all be bug alien, like, wing stuff, but there's almost windows on it, almost, and...
It seems biological, though, to me.
But some of those shapes seem a little bit harsh, but that could also just be animated. I mean, it's also far distance. I'm obviously using clever programs to enhance it. But yeah, some alien creature or alien creature ship goes to their starbase, which is kind of cool. It won't just be a them alone episode. It'll be a kind of a Starfleet all together episode, which is great. I like seeing the larger fleet, and this might be very much a situation where we see maybe even existing ships. I'm not saying like the Enterprise, obviously, but maybe we might see like a Miranda flying by, or some such, because we had in episode 1 we had the tile sequence reveal. We've always had like a classic ship each time. So had Better Prey last week. Could always have something this week. Don't know. Be fun to see.
Raj says, oh no, where is it here? Raj says, I hope we will see a Tellarite in Star Trek Lower Decks. Well, as Dan mentioned earlier, apparently rumor is it's going to be a Tellarite in this episode, so we'll see.
Well, that's at the end of this set of pictures. But yeah, pretty intriguing to see this alien life form, and it'll be one of those almost like Vija, like some alien creature has come to us and we have to do something. Not that it quite fits the rest of the storyline, or does it? But then you have Mariner being Mr. Excited about getting an assignment.
Yeah, it's his assignment handout, and everybody's excited. Well, most of them are. Mariner's not. She gets turbo lift maintenance, holodeck waste extraction, something else I can't remember, and it's like Klingon prison type stuff.
I'm guessing that Captain Mercer.
And
That's Orville. Who?
Captain Freeman.
Captain Freeman. God, again, Gordon Freeman. I'm guessing that she's pulling strings to give her crap assignments. Because now we know, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and because at the end she's like leaving her ready room with the. Don't you give me that? Yeah, so.
So
why make such shitty assignments? Or maybe it starts out with her having a conflict with her mother in the ready room, and then leaves like that. It's like hand out the assignments, and then the next scene is this, where she gets all crappy ones.
Because these scenes could be in any place of the episode. They feel like this could be a clever opening, clever closing, whatever. But that would certainly be an interesting starter to have her in the ready room with her mum. Like maybe it's like mandatory counselling once a month, and at the end of it, she's like, "Go to your room. I like my room." Well, fine. You get waste extraction, and she
mandatory visitation with her mom.
Yeah.
She likes her dad more, and they're divorced or something like that.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. So I kind of like that she's complaining like everything she's getting is the worst assignments on the ship, and she's working out a pattern. And that, I mean, there's a reason to be disrespectful to her mum. It's like, you've got an entire crew. I'm not here to be the bitch because you don't like me, because you don't respect me. Come on. I'll do my dues. Don't give me more than enough. So I kind of like that, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, we get the assignment call-outs, and then we see her doing the waste extraction on the holodeck, which... Cool. Sure, I'll just accept it.
Well, I mean, waste is a waste is a generic term. I mean, nuclear waste is not the same as chemical waste. It's the same as biological waste. There's waste just means a non-useful thing. Yeah. It could just be skin from the people. As in, people shed skin and they get trapped in the aircon because this. I'm sure the holodeck has an enhanced air conditioning and climate control systems.
Air filtration system.
Exactly. So it sucks in skin cells, and because it has aliens, all the aliens are in one place. It's gonna have every single, Andorian's hair combined with Tellarite hair, etc. So I hope it's not as gross as it could be. But I quite like the open the conduit thing. It feels very TNG.
Yeah.
Which I like. Quite big containers. A lot of waste. Although I'm hoping each one's a holodeck. I'd feel better about that.
Yeah, I would too.
And there's a lot of holodecks for a ship, but I mean, hey, they're a boring ship, so you need to have good recreational facilities.
And Fleet Pass Swiftback puts in $2. Don't give me that sarcastic Vulcan salute.
And I mostly like that idea as a joke. It's like, I don't know. What do you think? We haven't seen the context yet fully, but what do you think? Gut reaction.
Die immediately in decay. I mean, that's been a thing for a long time. Just the upside down reverse version of it. I think it's funny, but I'm sure the Vulcans will be up in arms about it. After the episode airs, you'll see tweets from Vulcans saying, "I'm offended," cultural appropriation and all that. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's been around so long. I think it's just a universal symbol, isn't it? It's like the peace symbol in around the world. It's like, well, someone started it, but now it's a worldwide thing.
Depends. There's some places where that means something completely different, like certain hand signs in certain countries. I just watched a video on YouTube about that like 2 months ago. Or be careful doing this and stuff in other countries because it means totally different things.
I guess more in culturally similar areas, as in Canada, America, England, very, very similar culture, all the same, whereas Eastern Europe might be a bit more the same, and then, So I assume, I guess, more that. Because, you wouldn't expect totally alternate culture. But obviously, if you're in the Federation, then there are Federation basics. I mean, so you'd learn the Federation basics. But we did have, in TNG, like 2 episodes ago, the shaking hands, which was a nice moment of like, yep, you're a fresh alien culture-ish. This is a thing we do. Thank God it didn't mean, would you like to sleep with me? It's like, shake. If you shake it, we're sleeping together. It's like, Picard, I'm flattered. Yeah, she's doing her job. And it is, to her credit, she's doing her job. She's not doing her job. And she's not getting Boimler to do it. So at least she is doing the job.
True enough. True enough. We know we've seen another clip of her doing turbo lift shaft maintenance where there's a sign on the turbo lift saying "Do not use," and
Now,
the Bajoran guy goes in and uses it anyway.
Do you think that's going to be this week to kind of summarize that she's got lots of menial tasks?
I think so. Yes.
That could be kind of cool. I was assuming I was assuming they'd get like a lower decks task every other week, sort of thing, kind of like a good cutaway. Because that's a good pre-title, like just by itself.
Good way to show a lot of the ship too.
Yeah, but as a montage, that would work well, especially if, I mean, you could also, if you want to be really mean, although it would kind of hurt the Bajoran character, that if the mum maybe again, well, it depends how bad a character the mum is. If she's told the second in command to actively not be nice to her, not necessarily be mean, but okay, this one turbo lift is, he knows she's working on it, so he takes it anyway, just to, on captain's orders. That would seem very anti-Starfleet, and again, bad captains should not get through, you know?
Yes. Olivia Julius throws in $10. Again, thank you very much, Olivia.
Thank you.
We here at Trek Yard's Lower Decks work hard on making this show work. However, we do ask that you help us feed the monster in the Jeffries tube. Last time we didn't get enough likes. It almost ate Samuel.
I lost a toe.
And I haven't heard the end of it.
But luckily, Stuart, as we know, these things can be healed with a flashing, with a light. So
yeah, just wave a light over it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it was fine, but it was eaten. It hurt, but the flashing light helped.
She got a brand new one. It's all fresh. It's good. 100 people watching, which is amazing, guys, and 92 likes. That is also super amazing. But 8 of you out there haven't hit like, or you come in late and somebody else has left. So we only need 7 likes now because we're at 93. So hit that like button, guys. Let's get to 100. It's important.
And please do super chat, of course. Your comments, questions do support the show and help us to keep going, to bring all the free content each and every week. You know how much we do. So throw us a question, comment.
Yes.
Now you get to see this again, the L cars in this next frame, the blue and the orange. I still don't know how I feel about having 2 alternate color L cars when each feels so different era-wise.
Well, I think they get to select. Like, I get to select whatever you're looking at. Because this is the second time we've seen Boimler with a pad with blue on it. And that's more Nemesis style, as we've talked about. And the orange and yellow, the more earth tones, are very much TNG Galaxy class. So, you know, and they're hardwired to the ship. They're not pads. It's not like they're... Yep. Like maybe the pads have different software, more updated software.
I was about to say, I mean, how often do you feel like you need to update the bunk cell cars if it works? Whereas the pads might be, you know, they might be wirelessly updated. They, you know, I would assume pads need to be pretty well maintained because they're the repository of all your knowledge. And so, yeah, maybe there's a wireless, you know, place you put them in your crew quarters or bunk and it gets updated. So I can see that being, you know, once it's older. Yeah, I like that. It just feels like it's a very bright orangey and then suddenly blue. It's just like we've always helped define an era by the L cars, just like with Discovery using Defiant red alert klaxons 200 years earlier. It's like, oh, you've ruined the timeline for the tech. So this is kind of like, well, yeah. But I can kind of buy that. Still don't know how old the ship is though, you know. But then we get the real plots, at least one of the real plots, and I'm happy to see 3 of the same crew again. Because there's the guy with the thing that I think looks probably meant to be Asian with a bit of a hair thing, second bald guy, looks like my dad again, and the old lady who I commented on last time being, look, there's an old lady. I think they've got like 20 or 30 people they're going to reuse, which is great. We're going to learn the side characters.
Yeah, exactly. Ozzy Medeiros, $5. All hail Superior Commander and Super Captain Foley. Will we still get buffer time? Okie dokie.
Yeah, I would like to see them use the idea of buffer time again, as in mid-episode, as like a mid-joke. Or even like a pre-roll sequence of episode 8. Maybe it's like a space battle and they're like, aren't you going to do something? And they're just like, well, it's not our job and I just finished this job and
I can't. It'd be funny if Boimler asked Mariner to do something that she doesn't want to do and she's like, oh, look at that. Look at the time. It's buffer time's over. Bye.
Yeah, just the opposite.
Like that. Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Just because she doesn't want to do it.
Or it'd be great if we had take that even one step further. Like someone asks someone on a date that isn't as keen on them. They're like, "Oh, look, my buffer time just finished. But I thought you just got off your shift." Nope. You know, you could play something like that. And
Jeff Jacobs, $2. Boom, pow, 100.
oof,
That's how we do it. Again at 150. Hashtag make Jeff make something pay. Make Jeff M pay. Area 51, $2.
thank you.
Do they get pop-up ads on their pads? I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Oh, like for the bar. Actually, that'd be kind of fun. It's like, today we've got a special.
Or they're looking at their pad, looking at their assignments, all of a sudden, boop, 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 boop. Some pop-up ads come up. It's like, oh, must be a Ferengi ship nearby. Come join us for whatever. Bring your gold press latinum. Oh yeah. So we got this religious type guy, meditating.
Well, spiritual. Let's say spiritual.
Yeah.
Religion not so much a thing in the future.
With like a bird emblem on the floor, with a person inside it, and they mention he's like the Q or the Traveler.
Well, sort of. They say we're going to do a like spiritual like evolution thing, as in them, we, somebody like the Q or Traveler, but he's wearing a uniform, so he could just be being a ritual. I think it's the thing outside. I think that probably makes more sense.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Like that's come in, and it's like a space race that's long dead. Well, they're coming after reincarnate. There's something kind of cool, with my guess.
Yeah, I got the distinct impression that this one is the one with the blue creature, much like we saw in Encounter at Farpoint.
Ah,
I think that's going to show up at some point.
That would make sense
in this episode. So.
Oh, I like that.
Because I mean, moist vessels in the episode, so we assume that.
Yes.
The coral and stuff we see in the engineering room is all in this episode, and so yeah. But look at the bird though; it's the Romulan symbol, holding the two globes in its claws and its talons.
Oh, the top. The top view. I didn't see the top view.
Yeah, the top view.
Oh, right.
It looks very Romulan-esque,
and also psychedelic.
Not obviously Romulan at first glance, but when you look at the actual Romulan emblem where it's got the wings spread like that, it's got holding the Romulus and Remus in its talons. So.
Yes, maybe a secret Romulan spy, but also there's clearly a person in the middle of it.
Yes.
So it's somebody rising and becoming.
Maybe it's Shinzon. You're worshipping the all-powerful Shinzon.
Wouldn't that be great if my man said, "Hey, we've got some legacy people coming back," and it's Tom Hardy, and everyone's like, "Wait, what?" You've got two people to be back, one's Tom Hardy, and one's like, I don't know, Seska. It's like, oh
God,
interesting choices. I admire your courage. Okay, so but then if it's a person needs to connect with the outside creature, that just feels like Tin Man again.
Yes.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but... Well,
it almost feels like the ship's transforming in that preview we see with the coral and stuff. So maybe the alien infects it because that's how it propagates its species. It finds space traveling objects and turns them into its own kind or something.
Well, they mention beings like the Q and the Traveler, which are two interdimensional beings. But it does. If it would feel odd to me if this chap meditating is also the guy that Although to be fair, I'll cut to one of the exclusive images online. It's Tindy in an outfit, doing a thing, which would imply that it's not about being the person. It's about a person doing a ceremony. So it's more they're doing a set of rituals, and she's taking on one of the jobs. It's that kind of.
Dan Leckie says space hippies reminds me of The Way to Eden. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brother. Dave Stelzer, $2.
Hey,
maybe humans are the moist vessels. Oh, I like that. Ugly bags of mostly water. Yeah, that's cool actually. Never considered that.
So how would that link in then? Because it's definitely a person is going to transform, evolve. That's obviously what it's saying here. Or maybe the ship at the end is after the evolution. Maybe as a character introduced isn't in the scene because it would be a reveal. That character is ceremonialized. It leaves, becomes the chrysalis, whatever, and then that becomes the tentacle Farpoint. Because I kind of like that we've seen the Farpoint alien at the end. that was the natural evolution of the person to creature to or chrysalis to creature. Because it's like, oh, maybe those Farpoint aliens are actually people, just whatever. Or at least
Maybe. There's a few interesting things in the comments actually. Hazraz says if you read the synopsis for the episode, it gives you a clue, which we haven't done. We don't really do that.
Take away some of the speculation if we did.
Yeah. Mike Bravo, does the episode air on Wednesday in Canada and UK? It airs on Thursday. Like when it turns to midnight, it's usually available around midnight on tonight. So, and lastly, Richard D. Shong trying to call the great bird of the galaxy. That would also be a good reference. So
it would.
Anyway, the tentacle thing. What did you say about the end? Sorry.
Well, it'd just be interesting. Like then you could link the Farpoint alien to
yes,
evolution, which is interesting, and it makes the being imprisoned even more sad because it's like it was a person, it grew, it whatever, and then it was imprisoned by another whatever. But maybe. So it's clear that Tindy gets excited by this idea of ceremony, like this entire process, and if it's about evolving, about being more, maybe this guy does evolve. I find that a bit odd. And then he becomes the outside chrysalis, and then she wants to do it as well. I don't know why she would.
Maybe he's somebody that people have heard of, and he shows up on the ship, and she's all excited to meet him, like she's somebody she's heard of, or she's feeling kind of alone on the ship, maybe because there's no other Orions, and she wants to belong to something, and this guy, invites her to this.
Well, they do say it's in dialogue. It's an assignment. This is her assignment in her shift, which is why it's even more odd. It's like if this is a formal assignment to be part of this process. It's like what?
Well, the guy's a Starfleet officer. He's a lieutenant command. Well, no, he's a lieutenant. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to think.
Brain math, yeah.
And Dan says it's Tendi, not Tindy, right? Yeah, it's Tendi. I keep saying Tindy.
Well, she's barely been in the show so far, so when she's in it more, look, I got Boimler and Mariner. Took me 3. That's pretty good. When she's in it more, I'll get her more.
Yeah.
But I do think this will be her episode, her big one.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably be Mariner and Mum, and then Tindy, whatever. Rutherford, I think, will get the short end this week, but that's okay. He had a good shot last time. And Boimler will be just doing his good rounds and not really be as involved again, as well. Would be my guess. I don't think the corals this week though. I think
yeah. Now that it's been suggested that humans might be the moist vessel, like our bodies, that's interesting, and I never considered that because there's nothing in the preview that says that, but
except the chrysalis thing, the alien pod thing.
Still saying it might be a possibility, yeah.
Maybe the green smoke that Mariner that makes her a moist vessel. Gross,
Oh, that sounded really bad.
Because I know Mike said in an interview that the episode the ship gets transformed a bit. We guessed that from the coral, but like I said, I don't. That's too much to throw in this week, and that's an interesting enough episode by itself. They bump into something, it transforms half the ship. That's an episode. You don't, what I mean? You don't need all this other stuff, and there's even more at the end. Teaser images that kind of give some stuff away. But yeah, I'm more and more intrigued. I didn't even notice the top mural because it goes by so quick. So, thanks for that. Yeah.
Then we get a shot of them cleaning something with phasers.
I don't.
Looks like big filters, like big air filters or something.
Well, this confused me because it's followed with the line, Mariner stays up all night to work out ways to piss me off. How is this a way to piss her off? Like, assuming they're connected directly, which
I don't think they are.
Okay, well, humour me for a second. Assume it is.
Yes. Or
at least part of the string of events. What would you say this is doing to piss off royally?
Maybe she dumped something in the cetacean ops tank, and this is the filter that has to be cleaned as a result. And I don't know. Just find a way to clog something up to piss off her mom. But then, it actually would piss off all of her fellow lower decks people because they'd have to clean it. So, yeah, I don't think there's any relation in that regard. But what those things are, I don't know. They're big. I'll tell you that.
And how do you feel in general about the obviously the new premise of phasers can be used to, remove things.
Clean things?
Yeah. What do you think?
I like it. There'd be a low enough setting that it would just I like it. I think that's a good idea.
Oh,
actually.
they should do a joke where there's a tan setting, like it's a hack. You know how you can hack technology, and it's like setting 0.75, and you just to go over your skin and just makes it a bit golden. Because it's just energy. I mean,
That'd be good.
We've always liked how you can heat rocks with it, and we saw the one with Geordie, literally made a tool out of cooking metal. That's a brilliant way of using it. Now the way the people are reacting, I want to try as one fourth by 3, aren't we? Because the blade team, damn it, that's a ratio. I'm guessing she's out of hours doing a competition of phaser training, some sort of informal activity that is very undisciplined and glorifies the phaser a little bit. Kind of the very PG version of out of hours, mud wrestling or cockfighting or illegal bear baiting. I don't know, something like that. Very specific references there, and this is because the way they're kind of reacting. Clearly, Marina's won, and therefore, if she's her winning is what pisses off the mum.
Yeah.
There's so many people there.
Well, Jeff makes a good point. The guy on the left seems to be peeing it off.
Gosh, wow.
Actually, they both do.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And there's that old broken ass shuttle that's still sitting there. I love that as well.
You just gotta wonder they're all in her junkyard, as it were. So she's really got them here. But might this be the pre-tile sequence? Because it seems very out of.
No, it seems with them all getting assignments, this just seems like one of the assignments they'd be forced to do that nobody wants to do is clean these whatever they are.
Actually, I think you've got it there. I think what's happened is we see her do the assignments that suck, right? And then she's got this assignment. It's clean the biofilters, and there's holy shit, those are the biofilters, Jesus Christ. Which is a good gag, tiny transporter matter biofilters. That's fun. I like that, car air filter, and it's meant to take hours. But she got her friends to phaser it with her, and she makes it into a game. And she's she works out ways of pissing me off. But as a good staff officer, she's not pissing me off. She's screwing up her plans to make her miserable. And so then you get a nice dichotomy of, well, she's doing her job better, you idiot captain. Stop being mean. That would be a clever way of doing it, a more lower dexian rather than just it looks like they're just getting mud off a wall, but having it be I got my friends to help me and made a competition out of it kind of sounds. What do you think?
Well, it's something Mariner would do for sure. Maybe she, they're gambling at the beginning, and they all owe her something, so she gets these shitty assignments after having done some. She's like, hey, I'm just going to use what they owe me.
And how about not just that? What she also bets people that if I can finish this before you can, you do my worst assignment as well. Maybe she starts a betting pool of assignments. So this is a challenge, and you get to swap assignments by doing phaser combat. But whatever this is. Guys, it is amazing though, Stuart, how much we can think outside of the box for lower decks.
Yeah.
These are weird concepts, but none of them really sound particularly out of whatever for it.
It does seem almost like it's a competition though, and she did win.
Yep.
Because her side's clean first. So.
But it's so radically cleaner that doesn't really make sense. How could they be so slow? I know.
Well, like you said, she probably hacked the phaser and put it on wide beam or something.
Now that would be fun if she wide beams it and they're like, "Wait, what did you do that for?" She's like, "Well, no one said I couldn't wide beam." Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, okay, cool. But hey, we've got a lot more out of that than I thought we were going to get. And then we've got...
usually do.
The captain being pissy in her ready room. This is obviously probably post the Vulcan bit because she's left the room and the guy's walked in with a pad. So she's venting to him. So I'm betting this is going to be right at the start, maybe. Because this will lead into assignments and stuff. Or is it chicken?
Probably.
Or is it chicken and egg? Is she giving her assignments because she hates her daughter? Or does she get the assignments because she's pissed off the mum? Chicken or egg?
I think what might have happened is they get the assignments, and she gets the shittiest ones and the most,
Okay.
and then comes up and reports that she's finished because she just used wide beam, and everybody else is still working. And her mom's like, "You finished already? Yeah, take that." And then don't. See, I can see that being the case. I can also see this being the impetus for the assignments and the crappy assignments. So, hard to say, man.
I really need some backstory with this captain though, because her attitude is not impressing me. I know I've said that last time as well, but you know, there's a reason clearly, but basically she needs an episode as well to let her to flesh her out.
Well, we got the first officer fleshed out in the last one,
Yeah.
so and I liked that. I thought that was great. Yeah.
And hopefully, it'd be nice if we saw some actual walk and talks on the bridge. They're always kind of abstract, like here's a close-up as a mid-shot. I feel like walking into the ready room to see where it is, to get a sense of the layout. That'd be nice. Like you can work out where it is from this, but it'd be nice if you actually saw them walk in more literally.
Oh, and who makes that point? Reese says, "Is that Freeman's ready room? I thought her chair was on the right corner, and if it's back against the display cabinet, there would be no room for Ransom to stand there." It could be the briefing room. Actually, we don't get a good shot of it. We don't see the stuff on the shelves.
Yeah. The briefing room is coming soon. We know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess no, you're right. Those things could be windows behind the captain as she's standing.
Well, even when she's sitting, I mean, he's standing in front of a door. It could be the door that Mariner just went out. Could be the.
You know what it is.
But that would be that would mean her display shelves would be behind her if she had her chair turned that way.
Or is this her crew quarters, maybe? And report
off the bridge.
Well, no, it might be tricking us because I mean, who's to say? Be. I mean, it's a door and replicator. Wouldn't be unheard of to be in her own crew quarters, and then she's going out of a door, but it just happens to look like the same door. I don't know. I mean, that it's a stretch, but you could almost argue that because you are right. I think you'd see certain things. But Stuart, there are 3 images that were released online that I want to bring up. One was obviously, as I showed earlier, Tindy in her robes, which was a bit of a like, And the fact that she also has under-eye bags implies like lack of sleep, maybe part of the ritual, part of her going crazy. The second one, though, as mentioned earlier, and as many reveals. These are official images, guys. And what another brilliant piece of Trek right there.
I'll have to wait because I don't have these pictures. That the one with her holding the incense? No. Okay. Ooh, there's the Tellarite.
There's the Tellarite.
And that's the briefing room.
It is the briefing room. And on the top of the briefing says Generation Ship. So it is a spaceship. And it is a...
That's very interesting. And is that... Can we see the rank on the...
No.
Tellarite?
His beard's in the way.
Be funny if he was an admiral.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was going to say no, but yeah, he could be with the thing. What a great looking Tellarite, though. Like, there you go. No tusks in sight.
Very Enterprise Tellarite.
Yeah. Generation ship, though. It could still be an organic generation ship, but are they in stasis, perhaps? Are they aliens? Are they, no, maybe not Federation, but are they unknown? Are they known?
Well, we'll see with the title Moist Vessel. Either that ship that we saw at the beginning under the lower deck sign is the one that they found. That's the generational ship, I guess.
Well, it's got the same back piece here, so that's what the...
Yeah. Or they find a ship that the life forms on board wake up and like inhabit the bodies of the crew. Again, a moist vessel. We need a moist vessel to survive. Look, there's a whole ship full of them. And they inhabit the bodies. but there's no indication that that's what's going on in this episode. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they could almost have, because there's obviously a briefing about the ship and they've got a name. It's not the most informative name, but it is a technical, like, okay, here's the information. Perhaps, and it's obviously extrapolating based on what you said, but perhaps it's a vessel they know about, they know the race, and the race needs humans to evolve, and then part of the assignment was to be part of the ritual, and then you can choose to be part of them, hence why the people become Phoenix. So the life forms on a generation ship then go into a person, the person then spirituals them into a greater being, hence Moist Vessel, and then
Wow.
then Tindy in her garb, she's actually not, allowed herself to be possessed, and she's annoying the crew because she's like, I will become one with the universe. And I was like, we get it.
Well, it almost looks like the guy that is standing in front of her was the original guy that was meditating.
Ooh.
So it almost looks like Tendi took over.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It almost looks like she took over as the leader of the cult.
Yes.
Maybe she's like rubbing it in his face. She's holding an incense stick, like, yeah, they like me more, and he's all huffy about it.
That's a brilliant catch. That is. Damn. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know, but.
No, I bet that's right. I bet she like loves the assignment so much she kind of like goes to the captain or something and takes it over, and he's just like, "What are you doing? Why? This is my favorite job all year." No, I love it. I love it. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
And then last picture is pretty fun, and it shows we're going to see more of this character, which is always worth it.
Wait, there's a stream to catch up. Sorry, I yawned and I made you yawn all the way over in England. I probably made everyone out in watching as well yawn. I'm sorry.
That is true.
Welcome to the cult of truck yards. Do as I do. All right. Yes, playing poker. There's the doctor playing poker. Oh. And I had said earlier that maybe they were gambling and Mariner kind of cleaned up. That's interesting.
Now, wouldn't it be interesting if there's a poker game is a bit of a, okay, it's weird that it also doing a poker game, but maybe like if they had a poker game and they said we're part of an intership tournament, I'd be more fine with that, and we just never heard that on the Enterprise. Like it's just a game that officers play. But it'd be nice if Mariner was there, and then like her mum walks in because she joins, but they don't tell the mum and the daughter both play the game because they hate each other. So it's like, oh, I got the wrong time. Mariner, ugh, and the cat officer's like, oh my god, just get over it, and then gives a shit. It's like, maybe because it starts with them having poker, and Mariner's there and she's winning, and then the mum comes in, doesn't realize that she plays poker with them as well, and then gets pissy at her and gives her bad assignments because of it. Like, that was my one thing I get to do without you, or like over you, or they're playing poker together. Yeah, what if she wins against her mum at poker, and then she gives bad assignments, and then she goes and yells at her with the anti-Vulcan, and she gives her worse assignments, the prison one, and then you could have escalation. But Mariner keeps, cause it'd be nice if she's good at what she does, but also in a way of good, like she is able to outdo her mum's expectations, just to spite her. Like, it's not because she wants to do good, it's just because it's like, you don't think I can, so I will. And obviously part of it is using other people to help her and such.
Well, Mike Bravo says that's a post-credit scene. How would you know that? Is there post-credit scenes?
Post-credits? I mean, that would be a reveal. I mean, there are in Rick and Morty. I didn't know until season 2. So I went back and watched them all. So I was like, I missed all of them! I mean, I love post-credit scenes, and
I do too. I hate waiting for them. I got PTSD from Marvel movies now, so I was like, does this one have one? And you wait and wait and wait and nothing, or you fast forward. You got to fast forward generally because I don't like waiting. You got to catch it before it starts and all that. And no post-credit scenes. Like, ooh, god damn you, Marvel. Although Marvel wasn't the first one to do it, but they're the one that made it kind of prevalent. So
certainly. There is one in Convergence, as you know, and it's not so much a spoiler as wait until post credits because it's fun. It's a good one Temporal Anomaly too, but I'm glad I didn't end up filming it because it would have been massive. Like, boy, I never achieved that. There was a hint for a second film, which never happened. So yeah, there is no next one. Post credit. Hmm.
It's going to be great to see that poker scene. I wonder if it's the senior staff playing or if she's playing with some of the lower decks guys. Like I said, I think Mariner is somebody that would play poker. You know, it suits her character.
But I kind of wish she's bad at it. Because you don't want to good at everything.
Yeah.
Like, that can't always be... I'd fine if it's, like, better than a mum. But she can always be good at everything. But, yeah, I think we have a lot of good ideas here, Stuart. There's definitely a lot of little hints. A lot of little things. But I think we've already worked out that, yes, they put way more in than is in the teaser. And so this will be a small part. Which is the exciting bit, isn't it? Because we can't know what's going to happen. And that's cool.
It is cool. Yeah. Getting things spoiled, like getting the whole basically plot thrown away because of one image or something is very disappointing generally. So yeah, these little hints at what could, and like we said with the other ones, it happens all in the first like 6 minutes of the episode. So the rest is like, oh yeah, what's going on now?
I mean, I don't think it'll be for this one. I think this one's more interconnectedly edited. That's just me.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give any big beats away like the last one did. So it is done both. But I'm left wondering. We know there's several legacy characters, which is more than, I would say, 3 minimum. Or you'd say there's the verbiage.
A few.
Yeah, it's more, so 3 at minimum. Well, if you've only got 6 more episodes, 7, 6, 7.
7 more.
7 more.
I've only seen 3.
Yeah, because it's 4 and 6, but yeah, 7. So that's if there's one in 1 episode and 3 episodes, you don't have them just the last 3, do you? You want to have them spread out. That said, you don't want to bank on the old people to get new people in. So I'm guessing we'll start seeing episode 5, maybe like 5, 7, and 10, or 9 and 10, and like I'm assuming the season finale will bring someone back because that's epic. I mean, if it's an epic end, I mean you can imagine seeing the Enterprise E show up, or even Riker, Titan, or Jordan, anyone,
You keep saying that. Like at the end of Picard, maybe we'll see the Enterprise show up.
Well,
that'll be cliffhanger.
It's because Picard's on contract for the first time in 12 years.
I know.
They need that cross promotion, and it allows them to win the old fans a lot. And it means that Patrick gets to be in uniform without actually having to wear a uniform, and he does need the money.
Fans are fans because fans is short for fanatical. And most people who like a show, like a new show, aren't necessarily fans. It's like, that's an interesting show. I'm not going to go out and buy all the merchandise.
Yep. I mean, the fanaticals are those that drive the revenue. It's why I always joke to you, it's like, Discovery is clearly made for the J.J. Abrams lovers, which in itself is fine, but they watched 3 films and were done, and then years later Discovery came out. But how many of them who like only 3 films are going to pay a monthly subscription service to watch 1 show? A very small percentage. Now, those are those that went back and watched the old shows, fine. Whereas current fans will pay. That's it. That's the only step. It's exciting, will pay. Now, obviously, you can't run on just old fans. You need new fans. But if you make a good quality TV show, it circulates, and I mean we share it with our children, etc. I mean the only reason Trek's continued is because we've shared it with our children, and because the 50-year-olds that were there at the start buy all the merchandise. It's like
they have disposable income now.
If you look at the skewed money-wise, the original generation have probably paid more money into the franchise than anybody, and they're the ones you're pissing off the most, or at least were. Lower Decks is different. It just seems odd to me,
Yeah.
Like, the very least they should have done was go to Corley's sets, refurb them a little bit, and do like a 10-episode TOS miniseries for the old fans, milk their money. That's fine, and then have your new one as well.
I'm willing to pay for good stuff too. I'm one of those people that spends the money, as you can tell.
Shameless cash grab to old fans, and then shameless cash grab to new fans. Why not do both? And it'll be cheaper than doing a new one, Yeah.
Fleet Pass Swiftback, $5. I wonder if Perlasky is as good as Perlasky at poker. Looks great. Which makes you wonder how good of a poker face a cat can have, because cats are kind of, Squadra Course, $2. how do you rate the first 3 episodes versus the first 3 of Picard? Much better. Canon references. Woohoo!
No,
Sweet.
we had Worf on screen.
There was Worf was on screen in the first episode. I know. But...
And a date that wasn't de-aged correctly. I still hope they fix that for the Blu-ray. They really won't because they don't care, but they really should. Like, fans have done it better in like 2 months after. Sorry, side note, but well, the problem with Picard's first 3 is it was meant to be 2. They stretched it to 3, and it suffered because of that.
Yes.
Whereas this is 3 goodish stories, but you know we like the characters more in under half the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we got a ship, whereas Picard was saying, "Where's the fucking ship?" And you get it, you're like,
a ship that looks nothing like Star Trek at all.
And yeah, you get the ship, you're like, okay.
Oh look, a Romulan ship. We like, sweet. Oh, it's already.
Oh,
okay,
and it was just there as a MacGuffin that no one cares about. Yeah, as in like in the storyline. Yeah. Oh, it's a Fenris Ranger ship. Oh, we're never gonna go close up. Oh, it's destroyed. Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of those moments.
And yet we've already got a Deredex, Klingon Bird of Prey, original Klingons, original Tellarites, original Borg, pretty much. Bajoran, Borg with the dude in the future, Tellarite with this one, Orion on Arias, animated series, and I mean it's night and day, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and we were excited for Picard. We were really hoping for the best, as we tend to do.
But there's got to be though a sense of, and I do hate this example, but it's certainly a bit paralleled here. You know, it took TNG 3 seasons to get going. Season 1 and 2 not as bad as you remember. Go back and watch. But 3 is where it starts to go gold. And this is their 3rd show. But this time they spent like 200 million to get to this point, and all these, you know, prize writers that clearly couldn't write for whatever if they got those geo restrictions. So, you know, 3rd show of the new generation, it's good. But I'm assuming they've learned the lessons from the last 2. It is, don't piss off fans. Write new but closer to old. You know, they've learned the lessons. Like this show wouldn't have been made first, you know?
No, absolutely not.
It's a lessons learned sort of thing.
You know how many people would have hated this show if it was released first? It would have been like, they're not taking Star Trek seriously, and there would have been so many. I mean, we hear it now with it the way it is, but at the same time, it would have been like you're not treating the material properly. And so we were hopeful for things like Discovery and, you know, Picard and things that could carry on the legacy or at least continue it, and drop the ball. This one finally picked the ball up, and not only that, but got a swoosh through the net, I think. So. And
considering Discovery's better in season 2, and Picard will be better in season 2, I'm sure, because they have more time to write the scripts than right before. Come on, guys, more than one draft, please.
Yeah.
This one obviously was written a lot smoother, sleeker. Can you imagine how good season 2 is going to be?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, lessons learned just from making this season, and as I said to you before, they'll obviously have all the assets made. The characters know who the characters are. We've done the introduction stuff. The rougher edges have been hopefully been smoothed out.
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, once we've had the whole season to look it over to see how it's evolved through the season. And it'd be interesting to see after a few seasons of the show, going back to season 1 and going, oh wow, we thought season 1 was so great. Look what it's like in season 4 now. You know.
Well, I can imagine that at a certain point, again, I love your enthusiasm, multiple seasons. That there's only so many of the good ideas that you've got at the start. That's why if you have 26 seasons of a show, guess what? The best ideas aren't coming to season 24. Now it's a bit of an overstatement because obviously new writers come in and out, and the writers bring different things. But you know. So these sorts of quirky ideas, these are the first 10 ideas you want to put forward. They've got to hit the ground running, you know? So it'll be interesting to see then, as you say, once we get season 6, it'll be very different stories because it can't be the same stories, you know?
Yeah. And Florell says Picard won't course correct. It will double down instead. My hope is on Strange New Worlds.
Well, Discovery didn't double down. They learned. So
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But they had that CBS and the creatives had that learning curve for season 2 of Discovery when they started Picard. So you think they would have learned from season 2 of Discovery and course corrected Picard before it even started, which they think that they thought they might have done that. They didn't.
Yeah, but they had a bad
opinion.
story. They had a bad season story, and you can't you can only go so far with a bad story and bad characters. Not like terrible, just like not good. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wow, what a one of the worst season finales, or like, I mean that's a pretty broad topic in terms of like a. Hey, at least the Zindi season didn't suck at the end. That was a lot of build up and actually a payoff. Picard's like, oh.
Yeah.
But also they learned that, their biggest episode, just like with TNG, was the Leonard Nimoy one. Their biggest episode was Nepenthe. So guess what? You write the old characters in well, the characters which you care about, you'll do better. I wouldn't be surprised if wouldn't that be great actually if, and this is obviously me as a fan, but Riker comes out of retirement because he's not actually retired, and he's the one that gets Picard on a new mission, and they spend half the season together. Because I said to you, there's going to be a Federation ship for the La Serena. It's got to be to balance out that there wasn't. But season 2, you have a ship, a finished Shenhe, whatever you call it, a finished one. That would be great, having them together.
It would be. A lot of things would be great that we're just not going to see. So.
Yeah. But we can see Riker in the Titan in this season. He's been on the Titan for a few months.
Yeah.
And that'd be good. That could be kind of funny. The teething problems of the Titan. Like the Titan meets Cerritos and Riker's like, the turbolifts don't work right. Like, it's a brand new ship. They always go one deck too high. We can't work out how. These Titan class, they're a bit. Like, you know what I mean? You could have a lot of fun with Riker because it's such a new ship. That could be so much fun.
Squadra Course, though, puts in $2. That great answer deserves another super chat.
Well,
thank you.
Speaking of, I'm looking at our numbers, and if we can get another $21, then we'll still not do very much, but that's okay. We'll try. But I had fun here. I enjoyed this. This was good.
Yeah,
And we're definitely not necessarily on the right course, but it's it actually, it'd be really funny. And I said $21, 21 guys. It'd be really great at some point to like re-edit these videos with the actual show and see like what we got wrong and just like so right and just like do like a tick. Like I was drawn on for 5 minutes and just show the actual edit of just like what really. So I said last week, infection. It's like 6 minutes when you say infection, then just cuts to her just saying buffer time. That's it. That's all it was. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because with Discovery, everything we hoped for was dashed because we always hoped for the best, and we never ever had the best. We always gave it too much credit, and that was a problem.
120 people here with 126 likes, guys. Let's get the likes up a little bit if we can. And yeah, if we could super chat and get a few super chats to get like another $20, $21, that would be fantastic. It would really make our live worth it today. So you guys kind of keep us alive and afloat with your donations. So
yeah,
Olivia Julius. Oh, go ahead.
Also, join the channel is great as well.
Joining the channel is fantastic, and you get to outrank us immediately, which is fun. Olivia Julius, $2. Make sure you feed the Jeffries tube monster. Oh, well, $2 is a good little treat for that.
It will come a haunting. But you know what? I've got a little tease for $10. I'm obviously asking for, I guess, 19 now. For a solid $10 from somebody, we will tease an up-and-coming weekend thing that we're going to be releasing. As in, it's not what you're thinking of, Stuart, so don't spoil. This is the thing you have. Okay. This is something else, but I have to take a screen cap. But $10, and I will reveal part of what we're going to reveal. And you guys are going to love it. It's not very long, but a lot of time went into making it. And, yeah.
Well, Robbie Annette Ansley puts in $1 with no comment, but thank you. Judge 1981, $10. Awesome. Truck Yards, bring the word moist to the live 21 times. Thanks, guys.
You didn't count it, did you? Oh, God.
Moist.
Recount!
Fleetpaw Swiftback, $5.
Thank you.
125 moist, sweet, moist. Hashtag made Fleetpaw pay moist.
Oh, you're
I
lying,
honestly
aren't you?
Can't wait
Oh.
to see this episode tomorrow. Yeah, I can't wait to see any of the episodes. I love all New Trek. I even look forward to Discovery when it's on and it's a new one.
And,
I'm like,
and
I'm
the
excited.
Orville. The Orville exactly the same.
Yeah.
In that sort of context. But this is the only show of all those shows you're just like, ooh, surprise me. You know? Like, Orville got a little more serious. So you're not just like, throw whatever you want at me. It's like, okay, what can you do? But this show's like, oh.
Yeah. Tenchi 2K7, $5.
Thank you.
Riker delivering pizzas on the Titan. That's the Titan delivery service. Titan pizzas.
Actually, that would be a good internal joke. Actually, if he's like having pizza with somebody, that could be kind of cool. Yeah.
With burnt tomatoes as toppings.
Or like he's having dinner. Or wouldn't it be great? Again, this is nonsense. But if we get a scene in the season where there's Riker on the Titan, Picard on the Enterprise, and what's her name? Okay, I'm gonna remember her name. Her name is Captain. It's the guy from Half-Life, Captain Freeman.
Yes, there you go.
So it's those three captains around a table, and they don't know who the hell she is because she's nobody, and she makes some pizza and it's burned, and he likes the recipe so he uses it in the future. He just burns it. Like it'd be kind of funny if he gets served burnt pizza like a decade earlier.
Yeah. Ozzy Medeiros, $5.
Yeah.
The Titan is delivering pizzas, yes.
Oh wow, 2 in a row. Yeah.
And Robbie Ansley, $2, just because I need to know.
Yes, I've got it all lined up. But we have one more, I believe.
And Jill, $47,
Hey.
$1 with a smiling devil face.
And wow, hell of a comment. SM-Art Smears, I'm a newbie. This show actually got me to start watching TNG. Damn.
Awesome.
But I can totally see that. Because what the show you would start with after this is totally TNG. Obviously. Damn. Well, for your interest then, we just reviewed them all. Season 1, not great, but has some good bits, and it's good for character, and it builds them quite well. Season 2 has some really good highs, some not great lows, builds upon. Season 3 is where it kicks off, but there's certainly good stuff in 1 and 2. Season 1 kind of lacks a lot of that. The sets aren't finished. You see the sets being built as you go a little bit. Some of the lighting's a bit, we comment on the brief room lighting is pretty bad. First 12, but by season 3,
and
like
sick bay.
Yes, but by season 3, it's all like everything's been refined. But Stuart, people really jumped on my teaser, didn't they?
That sounds really dirty and
Hey!
inappropriate for YouTube. So I know that's what you call your privates. So Fleetpaw Swiftback puts in $2 because I'm mean, moist. LOL.
Recount.
And Squadra Course, $5. Thanks for hanging out with us. Really helps with the stress of all the stuff going on in the world these days. Absolutely, it does.
I mean, we never know what we're able to do for people beyond entertain. But if we can be there to be a voice listened to, a very interactive conversation,
a friend.
Yeah. I don't want to say that far, but you take it as you will. You know that we're nice, positive, polite people. We try to be anyway, as much as we can. Still human, except Stuart, who's a synth. But hey, happened a few years ago. Don't worry about it.
Why would you tell them that?
Well, so the T, Stuart, are you ready? Chat, give me a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which makes no sense because this is delayed.
5.
No, the chat. I want to see if the chat could do an actual 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like no nonsense. Like the chat has to be a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exactly.
Judge 1981 just updated his count. He puts in $2 and says 36 times now.
Brilliant.
Demas Alves, $10.
Goodness. Oh goodness.
I want your teas.
Stuart. Gosh.
And nobody's counting down, so.
Well, not yet. Although Steve has a good comment that I feel like you're going to have to read just to help some other people.
5,
5, 4, 3. Oh, he's judged cheating by doing them all himself.
5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 3, 1. You guys can't count for shit. Didn't you go to school? Fleet Paw, $2. This makes 37. Moist.
This would break the. I feel like 1,000 people. This would break the chat. I would love that.
Tangerine Star, 26, 2 pounds. Moist skeleton hands. I have skeleton hands, but they're moist because they still have the flesh on them, right? So,
yeah. Okay, teas incoming. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. This is coming this weekend. That also sounds dodgy, but no, it's an animation that I made, a multiple animation involving some of our heroes, as it were. Hero ships, anyway. And, not been done yet. I haven't seen the animations of the Three Toasts yet, like actual, animations rather than turntables. And I may be, once again, another first. I was the first person to do an animation sequence for the Discovery Alpha, like a big one. That was cool. And yes, the Mirror Universe Connie that was such a thing, completely non. Hey, Clay Williams cheated, but that's okay. He got there in the end. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, it's a tease, but you can think about what this means and what you might be getting, except the explicit of what you're getting. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what you guys think. I'm hoping that this one goes viral for us. Gets a lot of views, put a lot of hours into it in a time that I haven't got many hours to spare. But I really wanted to do something special for you guys and those that will enjoy it. And I think people will enjoy it, hence the time. But yeah, animation coming this weekend. It's a bit special. And I mean, Stuart's seen it. I don't know if you want to without just saying it's good. How would you tease it in a teasing but informative way?
It's wrong. And you know why I'm saying that too, because you didn't add the little addition to the front there.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, no. It's fantastic, guys. There's some really cool stuff that you're gonna really enjoy. So that's all I can say. And it's been approved by somebody very awesome as well.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Thanks, Jill. But we'll have something. Yeah, I need to work out what my timing's going to be. I might have to edit Saturday's video on Saturday because I've got such a busy tomorrow. I've got double busy tomorrow. So I have to see what I'm going to do with that. I'll keep you in the loop though, Stuart. This will probably come out on Sunday. Because I've got to fit some things in.
Are you right? I'll talk to you about it off screen. Yeah.
But yeah, well, thanks, guys. You guys did jump our super chats up to something more awesome. Sustainable. Appreciate that. But who wants to be the very last super chat? I mean, that is, we cannot maketh the man, but the super chatteth can be madeth by you.
Tangerine Star 26 currently has the slot, and in the chat he just said, "Are you interviewing Alex Kurtzman?"
Now
that wouldn't be an interview. That would be a massacre.
It would be interesting.
He would not want to talk to us after probably 5 minutes.
I don't think he'd have answers. Or most of his answers.
Well, you'd have to be the one interviewing him because the first words out of my mouth would be, "Why are you such a fucking idiot?"
He's probably a nice guy. He just didn't do good things for the Star Trek or Transformers franchise or the Mummy franchise. Every franchise he's touched, he's hurt, which is quite an achievement. Because Transformers was going quite strong, and then Mummy, Brandon Fraser, pretty good films, and come on, if Tom Cruise isn't enough to sell a film, and you write and direct a shitty film, I mean, even if Tom Cruise can't save it, he doesn't have box office failures, Like, imagine being him, being like, "Oh, this first-time director, and he really screwed me there, didn't he?" But it's just listening to those season 1 Discovery things. Oh yeah, it'll all match up with canon by the end. Like, he knows the buzzwords. He's like a politician. He knows the buzzwords to hit. He's prepped his team. He knows how to blag. He doesn't mean any of it, really. He doesn't mean it. or he thinks he means it until some other opportunity comes along that he'll dash his own thing. Very strange man. Perfect corporate shill, like perfect corporate line, but perfect for what they want, just not for the creatives.
But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tangerine Star still got the last super chat slot, guys.
Oh, the Richie Appel has a great comment. You guys should get us an animated ship tour. Well, if you look at last week's opening, the review, I did do an animation which included the Cerritos' corridor. So I do actually include a new Cerritos corridor look at, in a sense, which took a long time to render. Yeah, thanks guys. Last chance. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Going 4. Join me, Stuart. Get close to the camera. Going 5
Robbie
times.
Ansley,
Going 6 times.
Last.
Oh, okay, cool.
End stream. Bye, guys.
I got to going 6 times. Yay. See Stuart tomorrow. I won't. You will.
Yeah. First reaction, 10 p.m. Bye, guys.
Exciting. Oh.